Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode SEC filings and figure out what's really going on behind those corporate reports. And today we're looking at Live Oak Bank shares, and let's just say there's a bit of a personal financial dance happening that's worth keeping an eye on. We're diving into a current report, so this is about events happening right now or very recently. Live Oak Bank shares, you might know them as LOB, a bank holding company based in North Carolina. They're listed on the New York Stock Exchange and they're not exactly a tiny operation. This report is signed off on August 29th, 2025, but the main event we're talking about happened a few days earlier. The big news here focuses on something pretty personal. On August 27th of 2025, James S. Mahan III, who is the chairman and chief executive officer of Live Oak Bank shares, entered into a prearranged stock trading plan. Now, when you hear trading plan, especially when it involves a CEO, it usually means they're planning to sell some of their company stock. And that's exactly what's happening here. Mr. Mahan plans to sell up to 400,000 shares of his personal stock. This isn't some sudden decision. The filing says it's part of his long-term personal financial and tax planning strategies. Think of it like someone planning their retirement or major life expenses. They might sell off assets over time to manage their money. The key here is prearranged and long-term. These sales aren't happening tomorrow. The plan is for the shares to be sold between November of 2025 and September of 2026. That's a whole year or so of selling. This gives a sense of measured, planned activity rather than someone desperately offloading stock. This part is important for understanding how these sales are viewed. Rule 10b5(1) is a regulation that allows company insiders like CEOs to sell stock at predetermined times or prices, even if they later come into possession of important non-public information. It's designed to avoid the appearance of insider trading. By having this plan in place, Mr. Mahan is essentially setting up a schedule for selling his stock in advance, and this plan is structured to meet the requirements of that rule, which is good for transparency. So while this report tells us the plan is in place, the actual sales will be announced separately. The company will file what are called Form 4s with the SEC every time a transaction happens under this plan. This means we'll get to see the exact dates and amounts of stock sold as it happens. Now, looking at the broader picture of Live Oak Bank shares, it's interesting to see this kind of personal financial planning from their CEO. It doesn't inherently mean anything bad about the company itself, but it's always a piece of information investors pay attention to. When a CEO sells a significant amount of their own stock, even under a plan, people notice it's a signal, even if it's a pre-planned one. We don't have specific financial tables for this particular filing that detail revenue or profit changes, which would usually be the core of a quarterly or annual report. This 8K is focused on a specific event. So what's the takeaway here? Mr. Mahan is diversifying his personal investments and planning his financial future. The plan is structured legally and transparently to avoid any insider trading concerns. While 400,000 shares is a notable number, the year-long selling period suggests a gradual process. For investors, this is a reminder that executive compensation and personal investment strategies can sometimes align with company announcements, and it's always good to be aware of these moves. We'll be watching those Form 4 filings to see how the sales unfold. Alright, that's our breakdown of Live Oak Bank shares' latest filing. Do you think the CEO stock sale plan is a positive sign or something to be cautious about? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions and insights. It's linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.